If you've ever wondered what happens to old RVs and campers, I can tell you what happens to them here. I don't know if you saw this unit the other day. I didn't go in it, but it was intact. And what you're looking at is what actually happens. I was talking to the worker who actually did this. One person, one man did all this. But they basically pick up the RVs, like I guess they get towed because they're abandoned or whatever, for whatever reason they're in a wreck or whatever. But they get abandoned and then they tow them to the scrapyard here. And what they do, they don't really leave the RVs intact sitting there. Like car scrap yards will oftentimes pull certain components, but then leave the cars intact, and then people can come and get the parts. But with the RVs, they don't do that. That's probably why it's hard to get used RV parts. Um, if you're lucky to find a scrapyard that still has the RVs before they tear them down, you might be able to get parts. Otherwise, you might be able to get some parts like the glass and maybe more expensive components that the scrapyard decides to set aside if they have room, to store it somewhere. But essentially, what they do is they pull it into the lot and they start stripping it, tearing it down, basically knocking down the walls, separating everything from the aluminum, all the aluminum, like you can see here, the aluminum siding. This is like pretty much pure aluminum. They pull all that off because that's worth money. They separate all the wires and pull all the wires. I guess you can sell wires to the dump, the scrapyard. They recycle wires, copper, any types of metals and stuff that actually still has value. And what they do is they actually rip them out, and then what they have to do is strip all this stuff off the frame until like there's pretty much nothing on the frame. Even the carpet and stuff has to come off. But then the frame is like metal, and then they tow this out of here to scrap the metal. And the metal, I guess, probably gets recycled too, because you can melt down steel. Tires are pulled sometimes, but with so many RVs and stuff here, they don't really. This particular yard doesn't pull and then categorize all this stuff with a huge database or anything like that. They basically demolish them and break them down. So looks like there's a fan there. Oh, that's the vent for the kitchen vent. I might try to pull that if they let me. I may ask them if I can pull that fan. But basically, that fan could be used as a vent fan for venting the roof. Although, I'm at an RV scrapyard, I could potentially get an actual RV roof vent on some of these units if they're still intact, which might be more powerful. But this is a nice little vent. Could be useful if it works. Little vent fan. But anyhow, they basically just take all the components out, separate them. Then all this stuff gets hauled off to the scrapyard. Not the scrapyard, the dump yard. So even though it looks like we're at a dump yard, it's not really a dump yard. It's an RV teardown yard. And, like you can see they even use like stuff like bulldozers to move all the stuff. But of course you got wood here, which you could use for firewood. All sorts of stuff. So all these RVs that are here, I'm going to show you the RVs that are actually here. I was told are all slated to be demolished, including all those back there. So even that one back there. Hopefully they don't demolish this one. Because, this one's kind of special to me. I am going to pull apart to replace things. I have been pulling components. I pulled some stuff from the refrigerator, like more of these tray thingies. I also was able to pull those round things, and remember I had backed up and hit this side here, so I patched that, and I pulled those there. I also pulled light bulbs that could be used. So basically, good enough is like getting fixed. The walls have kind of separated. They were saying that you could spray something there and glue it down, but I'm debating. I might end up building something. Like I'm thinking of actually making a little table or something. You know, I don't think honestly, I don't think this RV is going to go on the road, although it's still roadworthy. It may end up being here and may eventually be scrapped too, so I don't know. But right now I am living in it like a house, so it's still in process of being fixed up, and and that's why I'm not showing in there. It's kind of pretty bad looking right now because it's got stuff everywhere. But I am in process of fixing it up to make it nice. I've been pulling some components. You can see I pulled some of the shelving from here, not shelving, but the shelving door, like right there. I pulled it. I'm gonna try to pull some more because they're literally going to demolish this. So, I want to pull out what I can pull out because soon it'll be gone and then there won't be any more to pull from this one. I have to go look at some others. But literally, anything that I want, they pretty much given me carte blanche to pull. So, I suspect things like heaters and stuff like that. I don't know if he pulls them aside and sets them aside or not. But stuff that people would want, that may want, I think he sets aside to sell. But most of it ends up like this in a big pile. And what you're looking at is a pile that will be hauled off eventually. Look at that. You got so you could get a trailer. You could get the, that might be something worth working with them on. Is I don't know. Making a trailer, you could make like a little tiny house with a trailer, camper that comes in that they demolish. Then you got the base that you could build on. I mean, that's a potential idea that's running through my head. Another is just basically, he had told me that he specializes in like big RVs, like these are big rigs that are every single one of these are going to be torn down. He specializes in RVs and campers and stuff, but sometimes he gets calls on like camper vans, I guess the Class Bs, which is what I'm actually interested in. So, he might, if he gets a call for a good-looking, in decent shape Class B, he's gonna let me know about it, and I could end up picking up a Class B for a penny. I mean, not a penny literally, but cheap. So, that would give me a project to work on for a vehicle that I would want to take on the road. Because now with the change in COVID and everything else, I got some changes down the line. I'm not really broadcasting it about it because it still hasn't been finalized yet. But plans are changing by the, I guess by the day, by the minute almost. Probably has some fuses here I could potentially pull. For the refrigerator and stuff, because they're not like super expensive, but having spares and stuff. But because all of this is going to be tossed, might as well grab it. The main thing I'm looking for right now is like light bulbs. But look at all these units. Look at this one. Holy schmoly! This is this one's one. I haven't even gone through to explore all of these yet. Got some fishing bait here. Yeah, you're basically looking at other people's lives. What's left of it. Oh, man, look at that roof. This is a huge unit. I think it's a Class A. These are Class A's. And, that crazy dog is here. I hope he doesn't try to bite me. But yeah, this is another Class A. Lots of Class A's. All of these are here. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sign out, but just want to let you know that all of these are slated to be destroyed. I'm going to go through and I got to pull like things like panels and stuff, but I don't know how much I really want to pull because I Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to be taking good enough on the road. I think this might be its final resting spot. But I do need some more light covers and things like that. Uh, I might as well do it, since it's here. And I definitely want to try to pull like these things, to make mine better because mine's all rusted out. I was trying to get it off that one, but I couldn't get it off. So we'll try it another day. I just haven't been in a rush, and I know it'll take them a while before they get back this far. But the damage that you saw done to that front one that I showed, he did that in like 2 days. So they move pretty fast when they go to tearing these things down. Literally go in there with a hammer and start, big, huge sledgehammer or something, starts whacking things out. But it's a tough job. I don't envy him. He was asking if I wanted to work with him on it. They would hire me on to help demolish the RVs. And some people might think it's a good idea, it'd be extra money. The problem with it is it's the kind of job that's really heavy and you could get hurt, and that could end up affecting my main job. So I don't really, I would do it if it wasn't so strenuous. But, tearing down an RV, ripping it apart, separating the metals, climbing up there, jumping around, bashing sledgehammers. If I didn't have the other job, I would do it. But I don't want to get hurt. And if I get hurt in the other job, I lose the other job, which is much better, So, well, look at that spider web right here by the door. I don't know if you see the web here. I don't know if the camera's able to focus. There it is. See that web? Isn't that crazy? But yeah. Lots of different RVs here, lots of parts to pull. There's another Class A. Lots of Class A's. Class A's are huge. It's like literally like a house. It's the size of a mobile home. Look at that. The dash is all in here. Almost anything you need you could pull from this lot. It's amazing. Pull out cable splitter. Here's an electrical outlet cover. Mine's missing one, but this one's broken. But I could pick up some more fuses for mine. That actually looks like that might be the gas. It's a gas release. Might be a water heater. I don't know. But I learned something cool about my vehicle, which I'll show you some cool stuff because, the owner here, he deals with RVs all the time. He showed me that the front plate on my thing, maybe I'll show it to you and then we'll sign out. The front plate on my vehicle is actually a step. Yeah. I was like, freaked me out. I'm like, hey, that's pretty cool. So let me try to show you what it looks like. Yeah, this is my life right now. And pulling parts and stuff. Only little things, But I wanted to show you this. This is cool if you have an RV and you're not aware. This front, what looks like a front plate area here. Looks just like it's a simple plate mount, which it is. So you can put a plate on here, I guess. It's actually a built-in step. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that crazy? You can climb on it. Put your foot on there and climb up. So if you need to do something up here, you can climb up. Isn't that crazy? I didn't know that. I was like, oh. I was wondering why they had this weird contraption. But yeah, it's not only a plate holder, it's a built-in step ladder thingy. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I am going to go ahead and sign out. I hope you guys found this interesting, if not informational. I'll be doing some more coverage here as I pull things and try to build things and maybe even do some projects. So until next time, everyone, take care. God bless you all. Please stay safe. Bye-bye now.